When parents tuck their children into bed with tales of Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, or Little Red Riding Hood, they rarely consider the disturbing psychological undercurrents flowing beneath these seemingly innocent stories. These beloved fairy tales, passed down through generations, contain some of humanity's darkest themes, disguised as moral lessons for young minds. The original Brothers Grimm collections reveal stories far removed from their sanitized Disney counterparts. Cinderella's stepsisters mutilate their feet, cutting off toes and heels to fit into the glass slipper, while birds peck out their eyes as punishment. This grotesque imagery serves a psychological purpose. It teaches children that beauty and worth are determined by external validation, and that extreme sacrifice is acceptable to achieve social acceptance. Hansel and Gretel presents perhaps the most disturbing premise of all. Two children are abandoned by their parents during economic hardship, then nearly consumed by a cannibalistic witch. The psychological message embedded here normalizes parental abandonment and suggests that children must become cunning and violent to survive the adult betrayal. The witch's oven becomes a symbol of how adults can literally consume childhood innocence. Little Red Riding Hood operates on multiple psychological layers. The wolf represents predatory behavior, while Red's journey through the dark forest symbolizes the dangerous transition from innocence to experience. The story functions as both a warning about stranger danger and a disturbing introduction to themes of deception and violence disguised as care. These narratives employ fear as a primary educational tool, conditioning young minds to accept that the world is fundamentally dangerous and that survival requires constant vigilance. They normalize dysfunctional family dynamics, violence as problem solving, and the notion that suffering is prerequisite to happiness. Modern psychology recognizes that these stories can create lasting impressions on developing minds, potentially influencing how children perceive relationships, authority, and their own self-worth. Perhaps it's time to examine whether these dark psychological foundations truly serve our children's emotional development